Today I would like to talk a little bit about Firefighter Life Safety Initiative number 14 on public education. According to the Everyone Goes Home official website, in March of 2004, a Firefighter Life Safety Summit was held to address the need for change within the fire service. At this summit, the 16 firefighter life safety initiatives were created and a program was born to ensure that everyone goes home. Those newly created 16 initiatives address the safety culture in the fire service, and they have been and continue to be implemented today to make sure that all emergency personnel return home after their work shift. Each of these initiatives play a very important role in ensuring safety. But the one that has personally impacted me the most is initiative number 14, public education. What do you think of when you hear the words public education? Does your mind conjure up images of the various school buildings you attended throughout your life? Or maybe you remember various seminars and lectures that occurred in your community or on your college campus. Both of these things play an important role in public education. Public education is a service provided for the residents of an area that gives them greater knowledge and understanding about a subject. According to the Everyone Goes Home website, fire and life safety education is an effective means for establishing fire-safe behavior among people of all ages and abilities. It also promotes understanding and acceptance of regulations and technologies that can improve safety within homes, businesses, and institutions. People need to know the risks and understand them before change will take place. As individuals change the way they think about fire safety and become more aware of potential fire hazards and how to prevent them, firefighter and emergency personnel deaths are reduced. President Harry Truman opened the 1947 Conference on Fire Prevention, stating, "Safety from fire should not be a topic for discussion during only 1 or 2 weeks of the year. It is definitely a year-round public responsibility." This statement, though stated many years ago, is still very true today. Fire safety advances are continually being made. The fire service is a reactive culture, and as unfortunate circumstances happen, new safety rules and regulations are set in place to prevent those events from happening again. These advances can also be attributed to continual technological advancements. As fire safety advancements are being made, it is important that they are shared with the public so that change can happen. This is where public education plays a huge role. Every day we learn something new, whether it is through the things we read, the things that we experience, or the things that we are told and taught. Each day is a growing experience, and those things that we learn play a huge role in forming us into the individuals we'll be in the future. So if we are to develop into a culture centered on safety, we must educate and be educated on new safety initiatives and procedures. As I stated earlier, the fire service uses public education to bring about a culture of safety. They achieve education of the public through the use of written fire safety materials, by partnering with news media outlets, and by educating school-aged children throughout the school year. Each of these educational endeavors enhances the personal safety of both the community and fire personnel. I personally experienced public education on fire safety while I was an elementary-age school kid. As a child, I anticipated the days when the fire trucks and firefighters would come to my school. Those days are burned into my memory and not something I am likely to forget. I could hardly wait to see the inside of the fire truck and feel the incredible force of the pressurized hose as I assisted a fireman in spraying a distant spot in the school parking lot. The firefighters that came to school would teach us what to do if our clothes caught on fire, and then we would practice that stop, drop, and roll procedure 5 times in the green grass. They taught us about the emergency exits in the school bus and then ended the day by giving each of us a little packet of papers consisting of a treasured sticker shaped like a badge and a little booklet to take home to our parents. That booklet was filled on information about the importance of creating and preparing fire escape plan for each room in the house in the case of a fire. The education of school-aged children plays a dynamic role in altering the actions and thought processes of the future generations. Because of the fire safety education that I received at school, my parents also learned about fire safety, and in turn, implemented change in our own household. After Fire Safety Day at school, I would come home excited and eager to share the things that I learned with my family. I would rapidly explain everything to my parents and act out the stop, drop, and roll drill. It is because of the fire service's public education programs that I learned about the importance of fire alarms, carbon monoxide detectors, sprinkler systems, and having a main and backup fire escape plan for our home. Today, the fire service is still active in the public education of students. A second major form of public education on fire safety is accomplished through audio and visual media. Fire protection messages are aired on radio programs and television programs. The fire service works with news media to get fire protection messages into news stories and even on advertisements. As we look around, we can see that media consumes the daily activities of most everyone. So what better way to warn people and educate them than through a medium that they are so dependent upon? A third major form of public education on fire safety is done through the production of posters and pamphlets. The most general posters and pamphlets created by the Fire Service for public education simply encourage general safety. They teach individuals how to recognize potential fire hazards in their home. They explain the importance of fire alarms and fire extinguishers and in-home sprinkler systems, and they encourage the making of fire escape routes for every room of their house. Posters are made and posted that tell of the fire hazards that Christmas lights and holiday decorations bring to a home. There are also posters, pamphlets, and warning tags that tell about the dangers of portable heaters. Many of the appliances that are purchased at the store are accompanied with various warnings. And amidst those warnings often lies a fire warning. This is once again the fire service educating the public about potential dangers and fire safety concerns. In the past several years, I have personally seen the devastation that fire brings to a home. Not only destruction to the physical walls and items of the building, but the pain and loss that it brings to the heart of those living within those walls. In some cases, the building occupants don't even have a way to escape, and immense tragedy occurs, not only to the occupants, but also to the rescuers. It is said that the buildings of today burn hotter and more ferociously than before. This is due to the building materials used. The greater intensity of today's house fires brings an even greater need for fire safety education. When I was young, I thought that the job of a firefighter was practically like being a superhero. In my childlike innocence, I believed that the uniforms firefighters wore protected them from all bodily harm, and nothing could tear them down. They were invincible in my eyes, and I wanted to be just like them. I have memories of twisting around in the seat of our vehicle to stare at the firehouse as we drove past. And I remember gazing intently at emergency vehicles as they went flying past on their way to a crisis situation. I remember being in awe of men and women who saved lives, and I could hardly wait till I could be one as well. As I grew, I realized that working as emergency personnel is not all fun and games, and it did indeed pose dangers. In fact, I came to realize that it was one of the most self-sacrificing jobs to be had. Every day, workers give of themselves to save other hurting and in danger individuals. As a child, I didn't understand the importance that fire education held. In a way, I saw it as a game or merely an entertainment activity to get out of schoolwork. However, even though I didn't realize the importance at the time, it is those days at school that are so ingrained in my mind. Now that I am older, I realize just how important that fire safety education was. It has helped me see the need for caution and awareness, and it has shown me the importance of sharing those things with others. So both the common individual, as well as those serving in fire service positions, can have an increased measure of safety in their day-to-day tasks. Fire safety education is all around us. The fire service is continually teaching the public about new fire safety initiatives and techniques through various mediums and through education in the school setting. As individuals, heed the fire safety warnings they hear and see, and take personal responsibility for maintenance of smoke alarms, and adopt early suppression technologies such as fire sprinklers, the fighting of extremely dangerous fires will become a less frequent necessity, and the Everyone Goes Home motto will become a greater reality. Thank you.